I love my regular bike, but I became really curious about these odd-shaped bikes that I kept seeing on my bike rides. So first, what are they?
Brompton is a folding bike. They're made in the UK, and they are designed for people who are looking to take their bike anywhere. This is how small they get. They're very light.
And how do they compare with a regular bike?
The regular bike compared to a Brompton is going to be harder to transport. You're going to need a bike rack of some kind probably, or you're going to have to take it apart to stick it in your car, and that often causes a lot of problems with people not getting it back together right, or brake problems once they pulled it out of the car.
A Brompton bike has small wheels and it folds. A regular bike has large wheels and it has a completely different feeling from riding a Brompton. You'll notice that the wheels are 16-inch. That means that they're going to be very nimble, and you can't turn as aggressively as you could if you were on a cyclocross or a road bike. The Bromptons come in 2-speed, and they come in 3-speed and 6-speed.
But that's not a lot of speeds.
So what about hills?
The gear range that you get on a Brompton is roughly the equivalent of what most people have and use on a standard hybrid.
How fast do they go?
If you ride, say, 50 miles non-stop, you're probably going to find you're a little bit faster on a conventional bike. If you ride in city traffic or anywhere where you're starting and stopping a lot, the Brompton's going to be faster because the small wheels get up to speed faster. It's got better acceleration. When you stand on the pedals on a Brompton, you get going like that.
I've been bike commuting for the last 4.5 years. On my cyclocross, it takes me 25 minutes. On a Brompton, it takes me 27 minutes.
Where can I ride a Brompton?
We have people who bike pack on them, bike tour, go on centuries, ride down the trail. You could pretty much ride a Brompton in anything. If you want to fly with it, if you want to take it on the train, if you want to ride to work and take your bike inside the office with you and put it underneath the desk.
I can't do that with my regular bike. The stability of the stem on the Brompton, how does that compare to a regular bike?
On the seat post, there's just, when you're riding it, there's a little bit more flex than you might feel on a conventional bike, but with the diameter of the tubing and the type of tubing they use for the seat post, you really don't notice it. If anything, with the small wheels are a little bit stiffer than a large wheel, so ordinarily you'd feel more of the road bump through the bike on the smaller wheels. But the longer seat post and this suspension block down here, that's an elastomer that compresses a little as you ride. That takes some of the edge off of the bumps when you're riding over, rough pavement or dirt or something like that. People do look at them and think, wow, that's an odd looking bike and I'm going to look strange on the bike. And yeah, there's a little of that. When people see you riding by on something like that, you will sometimes get looks. But in reality, when you're sitting on the bike and you're riding it, if you don't look down and see that it's got small wheels and a low frame, you wouldn't know. It rides like a regular bike.